It's always an absolute delight to be here at ISC. It feels like another home to me, and just very excited to be here with all of you. So when I was hearing that song, what God is watching us, what came to my mind that felt very connected to what I know I need to talk about today, that phrase, God is watching us, reminded me of a quote from the Bible. I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, it's in Genesis, where it's the Garden of Eden, and God is asking Adam, Adam, where are you? And I had read an article a long time ago. A philosophy student, a student of religion, was writing that when he was young, he first thought that was so strange. How could God be God if God didn't know where Adam was? Because God knew where everyone was. And then he said, as he got older and did more studying, he realized that was the question to Adam. Where are you? For Adam to ask himself. And there are so many moments in our world now where we are wondering, where are we all? Together, individually, where am I? And that is the work, isn't it? To be looking at, where am I? Where are each one of us in our individual journeys that are, of course, connected, but the choices that we make are ours. Where are we in this moment? And where are we with our decisions? Some of our decisions can feel very clear-cut. Some of them are automatic, the little ones in the everyday. And at other times in our lives, it may feel like we're running down a long hallway with lots of doors and we don't know which one to open for the one right answer. And really what experience teaches us, does it not, is that the door ultimately doesn't matter. It's what we do once we make our decision. It's what we do in the everyday that decides what the next step will be, or that next door. And that process, can it be painful? Absolutely. There's so many hard things for families and the world and us individually right now, but more than that, there is the joy to remember. That's what can sustain us in those moments of indecision, those moments when we don't know where to turn. In many parts of the world, we are in the beginning of springtime, where there are so many clues to help us remember who and where we are. So much has been written about the beauty of nature. Those pictures that we saw in that one song, did you feel moved by some of them? And why? And when we are outdoors and we see a beautiful bird, we see a tree in full blossom, what does our body feel like? It is not a coincidence, my friends. It is not a coincidence that we have a reaction to beauty in nature. We are responding to their energy. We are responding to the energy they share with us when we put our attention and our energy on them. And what is it about their energy? What is it about a bird or a bush or a flower or a tree or a baby who has not yet been fully assimilated into the physical world of perspective? What is it that moves us? It is that energy of purpose, that those things, that tree, That sunset is living into its purpose. It does not have to think about it. It just is. And so we are nourished by that feeling of certainty that that moment offers us, that that energy offers us. And we can be nourished by it in ways we don't even understand, because it is an invitation to that certainty, that knowledge of the light from where we came, the light that still shines for us, even in this physical world, the certainty that we are all one, that there is a divine source that created us, and we have that certainty of purpose ourselves. But so hard to hold on to it, I know. And yet, the beauty of our world, our one world, spirit and human together, is that the signs, the messages are always there. Again, simply waiting for our attention. So where are you putting your attention? In those moments when you feel a little more let down than others, or a little more tired than others, is your attention simply on those worries? Or do you look for ways to lift yourself up, to remember, to feel that certainty once again? That is the work. You may feel exhausted as you hear my words, but I encourage you still to let yourself hear them. For that is the work of humanity. That is why Spirit gathers around us to help us get as much experience as we can in this physical world, as many opportunities as possible, if we will listen, if we will put our attention there, so that we may exercise, get stronger, hold that certainty closer to our hearts for longer periods of time. Think of the magnificence of an eagle spread in flight, their wings. Who cannot stop and gasp, perhaps, and breathe more deeply as you hear that cry of the eagle, as it fully spreads its wings into the wind that it knows with its own certainty is there to lift it? Do we not long in our human existence to feel that sense of lift, to feel that we have that ability to soar with all? And you can. We do. We have those moments when we feel, when we remember our purpose that brought us to earth. When we feel in alignment in those moments with all that there is. And when we allow ourselves to be in that place, when we allow ourselves to see those connections, what those shifts mean for us in recognizing the energy of certainty, the energy of purpose, then think how that affects your decision before you, how it could affect your next decision, large or small. Like a river that just simply flows smoothly, perfect temperature, gently. We have the opportunity to walk into that flow of life, the flow that will carry us forward to the fullest that we are able to achieve, the fullest that we are able to learn, the most extraordinary journey that we could wish for and more. And so think about how you make your decisions. Think about how you react. What is simply your automatic reaction to the everyday, to your large decisions? Is it a mix? Do you always close down? Do you look elsewhere for inspiration? Or perhaps it's all of those things, and it depends on the day. That is the work of being in human form. That is the gift of being in a physical life. We can experiment. We can decide what we do with what is before us, and always know that there is help. How easy it is to forget, my friends, that there is help for us. And yet all of us here today, we must know that, for we are here with Spirit. We have chosen to be here. All of you feel your spirit families with you, I do hope. And even if you are not quite sure yet, you have come today. So we know the world is larger than we can see with our physical eyes. Let's not waste a moment. Let's not waste an opportunity for our progression. And do not think that resting is wasting, for resting has its own purpose. Contemplation has its own purpose. But what I do mean is make use of all that you have. Look not just to the physical for your answers, but to the energy of them as well. For then you will be guided by how your soul activates in response. For your soul responds to that energy. Your soul knows what you need. Your spirit always feels the divine source. In this physical world, we have gravity that we walk through as a physical, earthbound law. What anchors us to the physical earth? The what goes up must come down theory. And it is all too easy to get caught in that awareness, as that is all that there is. But there are other laws that guide us also. And we are not separate from them, even while we are anchored here in the physical. Let yourself feel the law of love, the law of attraction, feeling into your soul, feeling into your purpose. All of that works together, does work together, even if we do not acknowledge it. And so again, I ask you, where are you putting your attention? Let yourself be guided by what pulls at you and helps you feel that divine clarity, that divine certainty. And that will help you and your soul and your soul's purpose blossom even more strongly here on earth. Feel the joy in that possibility. And when you do have those moments where you feel transformed by a smile of purity, by a flower you cannot resist, and so you stop and stare at it. Let yourself sink into that feeling, and you will lift, my friends, in this physical life. Your energy will lift, and it will carry you forward. keep asking yourself, where am I? And remember that the decisions are always yours to make. Thank you.